Hello from Frozen Frontiers. So, just kind of a little bit of a quick update for y'all. Kind of quite a bit of things happened around here, but it is 2:30 in the afternoon, and my temperature says that it's minus 13 and a half. That's pretty cool.
Welcome to Frozen Frontiers.
But just to show you guys what's been going on around here, if this door will open, it gets a little bit of snow down here on the bottom, and then it melts a little and then freezes and kind of locks the door shut. So that's cool. Well, so I went back to Utah for about 4 or 5 days. I hooked these tanks back up. These tanks just go to this heater here. It ran for the whole time, and I just left a window cracked, well, 2 windows cracked to keep air flowing through and keep the humidity down. It kept it, like 73 degrees inside or so, which was pretty nice. Was able to check on everything remotely and make sure that we were still good. But we're looking at, I don't know, 2 feet of snow on the ground, and like almost 3 feet next to the deck here where I've been shoveling it off. If I were to jump out into that, I'd sink up to probably about almost my waist. Pretty cool. But it is a nice day out, other than the cold. The cold is quite something. But let me show you around, show you what's changed since last time I updated y'all. I think that my generator's on right now, so it'll get loud as we go over there. I don't even pay attention to it anymore because I don't really have to. It's cold, man. Get stepped away from the house and get breathed in and freezes your lungs. I need to start this up again. It's been a couple days. I'll usually come out every other day or so, start it up, let it run for a bit, make sure the battery's topped off, and get some of the snow and frost off of it. It's been a few days. I need to get that done. So coming over here, I'll update you as we're walking over because it'll be pretty loud once we get over there. They got the propane tank brought in. I got it hooked up to a bunch of stuff. The generator turns on automatically every time. I'm still pretty sure that the starter is going to go out on it. So I've been trying to get another one ordered in, but I haven't really heard anything from them on it. So just waiting on that. But yeah, it'll start up and warm up the ground right next to it there, so that it's nice and dry right there. This guy, this is a new one. So this is a direct vent propane heater. What it does is it pulls air in from the outside of the ring here, uses that air, heats up all the stuff inside, and then blows air out the middle. It looks like I should probably insulate the top a little bit better, because that's it's all melted. That tells me I'm losing a lot of heat out the roof. So they filled up about 800 gallons every time the generator needs to run, which is about every day. It needs to run for about 3 hours. I'm surprised it's still on. It's probably going to shut off pretty soon. Be on for about 3 hours, uses about a gallon and 1.2 gallons or so every hour it's running. So use about 3 to 5 gallons depending. Man, it's pretty cold out here. My hands are nice and cold. Then coming into here, I haven't really got things organized yet. I'm getting low on pellets. Gonna have to go and get some of those pretty soon. You just buy them by the stack and they come. Coming into here, I'll show you the other side of this propane heater. Oh Hands are shaking. It's nice and warm in here. Let's see what temperature it is. Oh, overexposed. So, according to our temperature reader here, we've got 56. That's not too bad considering that right outside these walls it's minus 15. I did have this cleaned up a little bit, but I took the panels off because I needed to move some stuff, so I've just left them off. Because it's every time that I decide to put them on, I have to take them back off. So I'm just gonna leave them off for now. So this guy, really easy to install. It's basically, you just run your propane line in. So this propane line comes in, wraps around a bit, goes up there. I probably bought a line that's way too long for it, but oh well, it works. One thing to note about these, they don't have any way to move the heat around. So when I installed this, I didn't have any fans or anything. I just figured, it would warm up the air and that'd be good enough. It's not. I had to put fans in, so I've got a fan down here to pull air in from in there, and I got a fan down here just to move this air all the way on the ground, all the way up. So the temperature sensor for this room is way down here by the floor. So that's 55 degrees by the floor. I did lose water for, I don't know, it was probably about 5 days. Come to find out, I lost water and my well pump. Come to find out that these lines down here were freezing. So the line that comes in for the pressure tank was freezing, like over here actually, right by the pressure tank. So what happened is the pressure switch right here would click on and off and on and off and on and off and on and off because the ice inside of there was letting a little bit of pressure through. Well, that happens long enough and you'll blow out your well pump. So I had to go buy a new well pump, but it's, got the warranties. It's not a cheap one, so it shouldn't break as easy. Should do quite a bit better. I've got, and I did this all underneath my container too, but these lines here, they have insulation wrapped around them. They have the tubing, like the rubber tubing around them too. And they also have a heat cable that runs along them. That's all controlled through this guy right here. Well, more accurately, it's controlled through, where is that? So this is a Wi-Fi switch. This is also ghetto. I need to get this plug over here actually working so I can plug these in better. But so this is controlled through Wi-Fi, and I have it on a schedule to turn on every odd hour of the day for half an hour. I haven't had any issues with it freezing. Basically what that does, it turns on this little heater down here that I've got this on top of so it doesn't fall over. And it turns on the heating cables that go both this way and that way along the cable. So it keeps it from freezing all the way through the line. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest things that have changed is just I've got this installed so I don't have to worry about using a crap ton of power out here running this heater, which is still hooked up to my temperature guy. It just never needs to run because it doesn't get cold enough. You can see that the temperatures it's set to run at are 33 and 38, so that'll turn on if it really needs to, but it hasn't needed to, which has been nice. So yeah, it's been cold, quite cold, which has been a lot of fun. Let's see what the batteries are at, because I'll bet that they're about to turn off. 97%. Yeah, they're about to turn off. And I know there might be some people that say you're not supposed to charge them to 100. Well, when you leave and worry about the SOC being out of place and then not turning on because the SOC is wrong, you set it to charge up to 100% so that you know that it's getting all of the batteries full and one of them isn't just super low. And then messes everything up, and you end up with no power, and you're 3,000 miles away. So I've got it set to that for now. I'm gonna redo the cabling in there to be driven through bus bars instead of through the batteries themselves. I thought, and this is me putting way too much trust in Chinese brand companies, I thought that their BMSs would communicate good enough to do equal power draw throughout each battery, but they're not. They're not smart enough to do that at all. So I'm gonna drive it through bus bars and probably split each battery bank apart into 2 sets of 3. So the top 3 batteries would run the top inverter, the bottom 3 would run the bottom inverter. In that case, then next year I would probably get another 10K Generac and hook them up each to one of the inverters. That way, not only do I have redundancy for generators, but they can independently control, so that I'll have, I mean, they would be different SOC sets on the batteries all the time at that point, but that's fine because I would get 7 kilowatts, which is what I'm running right now out of that generator. 7 kilowatts straight to the batteries, which has been awesome. Instead of it running for 5 or 6 hours to charge up the batteries, it only needs 3, which is great. Because then not only does it not need to turn on for as long, it doesn't use as much gas. Man, it's so cold. Yeah, it doesn't use as much gas, doesn't run as long, doesn't make as much noise, and I just generally don't have to worry about it as much. So I'm in the process of getting a mortgage for out here, and the appraiser came out yesterday actually, and there's a couple things I had to fix. I had a light in the ceiling that I hadn't put in yet, and there was cables hanging out from where the in-floor heating was, so I just had to get those done, but super easy. Underneath my whole house I've run that electric heating cable, and the oh, my hands are cold, man. Holding up this selfie stick, super chilly. But yeah, so I've got the heat cable, the rubber wrap, and insulation fiberglass wrap all the way around it. Those ones down there I just have on all the time. They have a little, it's like a little pad that you push onto the pipe that you want to heat up and tape it down so that its temperature sensor basically is the pipe temperature. And then you just run it along the pipe, taping it every foot or so. The taping is, I mean, if you're putting a rubber boot around it, it's not necessary, but it keeps that wire closer to the pipe and helps that heat get into the pipe better. So I just used like an aluminum tape. It's kind of expensive stuff, but it was like minus 10 degrees in the basement while I was doing that, because I had the door open while I was in there, and that tape was impressively sticky at minus 10. So I would recommend it. Electrical tape really doesn't stick very well at that low temperature. Once it's stuck, it's fine, but getting it to stick if you're trying to apply it just doesn't work very well. I don't know how duct tape would do. I didn't try that, but wanted to make sure that whatever I'm putting on it was rated for the heat that it might experience. So I'm like walking around, it's probably making a bunch of noise because it's just crick crick crick. But yeah, no, quite a bit going on around here. I haven't heard back from my truck yet. I'm supposed to hear back tomorrow or Saturday, so should be getting that back soon. It turned out to be the injector driver module and the wiring harness attached to it. I asked him if he tested the injectors, and he said that everything looked fine that way. So just probably one of the drive module pieces for it wasn't working very well, and so it wasn't firing right. Yeah, that's so cold. There's so much breath. But yeah, I should get that back pretty soon. Be able to take the rental back then. And in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I'm very thankful for, just the opportunity that I even have to do things like this. And I know it's a pretty selfish thing to be thankful for, but I don't know, being able to pursue your dreams and ride that high of just enjoying what you're doing on a day-to-day basis has been fantastic. Not that I didn't find enjoyment before, but it's just, a different kind of enjoyment. And it's been interesting to see the interactions I've been having with family. Nothing's really changed, which is great. The distance that separates us is now probably 1,000 times what it was before. Yeah, that's probably about right. 3 miles to Chris's before, now it's 3,000 miles to Chris's, or it was a mile to Mike's before, now so it's 3,000 times from Mike's. But no, I'm very thankful for my family and for the influence that they've had on me through my life. And we recently had the opportunity to visit family in Idaho, and that was just wonderful to be able to see them again and just help out where we can. And I think that life takes us in a lot of different directions. It's just important to realize that as you're going wherever you're going, it's good to take a few minutes every now and again and not just appreciate what's around you, but who is around you. And I've found that the people that are still in my life are people I'm very happy are in my life. So thank you to all of you. And I look forward to continuing with, all of this, and all of your continued support is fantastic. Don't hesitate to reach out if any of you guys are ever in need of help. That's what I find most rewarding in life, is helping out other people. So whenever you have the opportunity to, it's always a good idea. But anyway, thank you for sticking around this far. Mostly just a quick update. Wanted to get something out there for everybody and just say thanks as well. Hope wherever you're at, you're having a great time. I hope that it's warmer than here. Probably not hard to do. It was minus 25 when I woke up. So we've come a long way today. 10 degrees warmer. That's great. Anyway, I'm gonna head inside. Have a wonderful day. We'll catch you in the next one.